It's almost tax time. That coincides with RRSP and TFSA contribution season. To help you chart a path towards financial freedom, we have a new segment, Money Mondays, free expert advice from cooperators. And here with our fourth and final installment, getting the most value for you with RRSPs and TFSAs and much, much more, is Cooperators Financial Advisor, Peter Maranger. Peter, always good to see you. How are you today?
George, good morning. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. I wore this red tie just for you.
Attaboy. Yeah, I didn't even wear any red. Okay, as long as one of us has got it going on here. Let's get right into it, Peter. Today's segment's all about getting the most value for you, the client, with the RSPs and TFSAs and a lot more. And, you know, this whole thing, we've kind of framed it around this great study that the cooperators did with Angus Reid's Business Advisory Network, research among hundreds of top financial professionals across the country. And the statistics are you know, quite sobering. 90% of financial industry professionals feel like the majority of Canadians have a lot of confusion over their retirement products. 60% also believe Canadians are having trouble sort of just keeping up with this, you know, ever expanding and rapidly changing volume of investment options. And to top it off, this one really stuck to me. 58% say that in the face of rising debt, natural disasters, climate change, this pandemic, that, you know, interest rates that are likely going to go up, that they're approaching, or they feel like we're approaching some kind of perfect storm. And let me add to that, you know, we have a boomer population that is, you know, ain't getting any younger, and they have to really start thinking about retirement yesterday. So, you know, what are your clients saying to you when you factor all this in?
Great question. So if you watched the Super Bowl last night, there was tons of advertising for things like cryptocurrency.
Right.
There's over 40,000 publicly traded companies. There's 3 times that amount for mutual funds. So how could people not be confused? The reality is the water is very muddy. And as I always say, please reach out to someone you trust who's a financial advisor who can help guide your path on this.
And I'll wrap up the study as a reference point here with 71% of these financial professionals surveyed by yourself, Cooperators and Angus Reid, feel that we need, you know, a new set of strategies and tactics to educate people on retirement products during the season. And that folds nicely into the 5 questions that you should ask your financial advisor. You want to rattle them off?
Yeah, it's great. To be prepared is always good. Often people are, I hate to say it, but embarrassed about talking about their budget. So they should talk about their budget. They should bring their notice of assessment. They should bring some pay stubs. They should bring their investment accounts and have an overall good strategy. And the other one is it has to align with your values. So meaning pick an advisor that makes sense. Some people who are philanthropic need to find somebody who's really in that line of thinking as well.
Right. And you're never too old to start investing in your retirement savings plans. I mean, that's the obvious one. Peter, let's get right into the viewer questions to wrap up this segment. We've got one from Trevine who asks, I am earning $43,000 per year. What should my RRSP contribution be at the end of the year?
That one's simple math because it's 18% of 43,000.
Simple. All right. I like these simple, direct answers. The second question comes from Javier. My partner and I are planning to buy a home together and have money in our RRSPs. Can we both make withdrawals from our individual RRSP under the home buyer's plan and use it towards a down payment?
Yeah, George, that's a great question. And if I may actually flesh that out a bit more, the answer is yes. I can see a halo behind me, so it must be that I'm angelic today. But so the answer is you can borrow on a home, the home buyer's plan. You can borrow from your RSP $35,000 per person, so that's $70,000. You can use it towards either your down payment or closing fees. And the nice thing is in 2022, if you did that, you don't have to make your first repayment until 2024, and it's 1/15, so about 6.6% repayment. And if you can't afford it 2 years from now, you would just add that back into your income. So it's really, really a great way of acquiring your. And the last thing is it's not a first home. If you have not had a principal residence in the last 5 years, and you have 0 owing to the government on the home buyer's plan, you can actually do it again as long as you don't have it. So that's something that most people don't even know.
Great tip. And finally, this one comes from Chris asking, I'm a recent grad with a new job and I'm planning on getting a master's degree in the future. Should I focus my savings in my TFSA or my RRSP and take advantage of the lifelong learning plan?
Well, congratulations, first off. I think that's great, Chris. There's always, education is equity in the future. So the answer is absolutely take advantage of that lifelong learning. So the rules are this. You can take $10,000 a year for 2 years if you're a full-time student, but if you qualify as a disabled individual, you can actually do that on a part-time basis as well. So take it out of there first.
Peter Maranger, financial advisor with Cooperators. Last thing, how do people reach out to you?
Oh, well, you can go to cooperators.ca, find an advisor. There's 600 of us coast to coast, and I would encourage you to get someone that you love and trust because it's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
George, thanks very much for having me on today.
Peter, this has been a really great segment this last month. You folks do wonderful work there, investing in people's future together, investment, insurance, advice, the works. Thanks very much, and have yourself a great Valentine's Day.
Thank you, George. You as well.